Good morning, sir. I am Dexter Juralbal explaining my solution for quiz number 5. Number 1. At the beginning of compression in an ideal dual combustion cycle, the working fluid is 0.75 pound mass of air at 15 psi and 90 degree Fahrenheit. The compression ratio is 10. The pressure at the constant volume with addition of heat is 495 psia and there are added 110 BTU during the constant pressure expansion. Find RP, RC, the percentage clearance, E, and the PM. So, for the RP is equals to P3 over P2. So, meron na tayong P3. Kailangan muna natin makuha yung ating P2. So, for P2, meron tayong 1 to 2 S equals C. So, formula is P1 V1 raised to K equals P2 V2 raised to K. So, divide lang tayo ng V2 both side para makancel yung ating V2 raised to K. So, yung P1 natin is yung P2 natin is equal to P1 times V1 raised to K over V2 raised to K. So, naging RK to kasi yung RK is equal siya sa V1 over V2. Kaya, yan. And then, substitute lang tayo dito. P3 equals to P1. P1 is 15 psia times RK is 10 raised to K na 1.4. So, yung P2 dito is 376.783 psia. So, meron na tayong P2. Magagamit na natin yung formula ng RP. So, RP is equals to 495 psia over P2 na 376.783 psia. Cancel yung psia. So, RP is equals to 1.314. And for the RC naman, we have V4 over V3 is equals to T4 over T3. So, para makuha yung ating T2, kailangan natin dito is T4 over T3. T3, yun yung gagamitin natin. And para makuha yung T3 natin, is kailangan muna natin ma-solve yung atin T2. So, kasi sa T3 is, ginamit ko dito is T3 over P3, T2 over P2. So, solve muna natin yung ating T2. So, T2 is 1 to 2 S equals C. So, T1 over T2 is equals to V1 over V2 raised to 1 over K. So, alam mo natin na V1 over V2 is RK. Cross multiply lang yan. So, yung T2 natin is equal siya sa T1 over RK raised to 1 over K. So, substitute tayo ng T1 is equals to 550 degree Rankine. And then, over RK na 10 raised to 1 minus K na 1.4. So, yung T2 natin is 138.538 degree Rankine. So, meron na tayong T2 kaya next naman na kukunin natin is yung ating T3. So, T3 at 223 V is equal C. So, P2 T2 over T2 equals to P3 V3 over T3. So cancel lang yung ating V2 and V3. So, yung formula natin is T3 over P3, T2 over P2. So, T3 equals to P3 na 495 psia times T2 na 138.538 degree Rankine over P2 na 376.783. So, yung T3 natin is 1815.00 degree Rankine. So, next naman is solve natin yung ating T4. So, T4 is equals to QY is equals to MCP times T4 minus T3. So, formula natin is T4 equals QY over MCP plus T3. So, QY natin is 110 BTU over M na 0.75 pound mass times CP na 0.24 BTU over pound mass degree Rankine plus 185.00 degree Rankine. So, yung T4 natin dito is equal siya sa 2426.111 degree Rankine. So, meron na tayong T4 at meron na din tayong T3. So, masasolve na yun na natin yung ating RC. RC equals to T4 over T3 equals 2426.111 degree Rankine over T3 na 1815.00 degree. So, yung RC natin is 1.337. So, next naman is yung for ating C. So, C equals to 1 over RK minus 1. So, equal. So, yung RK natin is equal siya sa 10. So, substitute tayo. 1 over 10 minus 1 equal siya sa C equals 0.11111 or 11.111%. So, next naman is for the E. Our formula is C is equals to 1 minus C over A. So, kailangan muna natin makuha yung ating C and makuha yung ating A. So, yung formula for C is equals to sa RP RC raised to K minus 1 over RP minus 1 plus RPK times RC minus 1. So, substitute tayo ng ating mga value na RP equals siya sa 1.314 times RC na 1.337 raised to 1.4 minus 1 over RP na 1.314 minus 1 plus RP na 1.314 times K na 1.4 times RC na 1.337 minus 1. So, yung C natin is equal siya sa 1.04207191. So, for the A naman is we have RK raised to K minus 1. So, RK is equal sa 10 raised to K na 1.4 minus 1. Yung A natin is 2.51186432. So, after natin makuha si C at si A, pwede na natin magamit yung formula ni C na 1 minus C over A. 1 minus C na 1.0420711191 over A na 2.51186432. So, yung E natin is equal siya sa 0.58514 or 58.514%. So, for the PM naman, for the PM, we have formula na W net over VD. So, kunin muna na natin yung ating W net. So, sa W net is equal siya sa E times QA. So, meron tayong E, and para makuha yung W net natin is kunin muna natin yung ating QA. Meron tayong E, so solve natin yung ating QA. So, QA is equals to MCB times T3 minus T2 plus MCP times T4 minus T3. So, we have M na 0.75 pound mass times so we have M equals to 0.57 pound mass times CB na hindi nalagay dito 0.171 BTU over pound mass degree Rankine times T3 minus T2 na 1815.00 minus 1381.538. So, yung MCP times T4 minus T3 natin is equal siya sa QY natin. So, yung QY natin is equal siya sa 110 BTU. So, plus natin dito na plus 110 BTU. So, yung QA natin, we have 165.592 BTU. So, meron na tayong QA and meron na rin tayong E. So, masasolve na natin yung ating W net. So, W net is equal siya sa E natin na 0.5814 times QA na 165.592 BTU equals W net natin is 96.895 BTU. So, for the VD naman, so in VD we have V1 minus V2. Meron na tayong V1. Meron tayong V1 dito. Ito yung ating V1. So solve naman natin is yung ating V2. So, V2 is equal sa RK and RK equals sa V1 over V2. So, derive tayo is V2 natin is equal sa V1 over RK. So, V2 equals sa 10.188 cubic feet over RK natin na 10. So, V2 is equals to 1.0188 cubic feet. So, masasolve na natin yung ating VD na V1 minus V2. V1 natin is equals sa 10.188 cubic feet minus V2 natin na 1.0188 cubic feet. So, for VD, we have 9.1692 cubic feet. So, meron na tayong W net at meron na rin tayong VD. So, pwede na natin masolve yung ating PM. So, PM is equals to W net over VD equals 96.895 BTU times 1 BTU per 778 feet pound force over VD natin na VD natin na 9.16292 cubic feet times 1 feet is equals 1 feet per 12 inches squared. So, PM natin is equals sa 57.094 PSIA. So, for the number 2, problem number 2. State 1 for dual combustion cycle is P1 equals 1.5 atm and T1 is equals to 64 degrees Celsius. RK equals 1.8. At the end of constant volume combustion process, the pressure is 7713 kPa. RC equals to 1.9 based on 1.2 kg mass per cycle of hot air standard. K equals 1.31. Determine percentage clearance P, V, and T and each corner point on the cycle. W net, E, and PM. So, solution natin for the C naman. C, we have formula na 1 over RK minus 1. So, C equals to 1 over RK natin na 1.8. I mean, yung RK natin is equal sa 18. 1 over RK natin na 18 minus 1. So, yung C natin is equal sa 0.05882 or 5.882%. For the B1 naman. So, B1, we have formula na PB equals MRT. So, V1 equals to MRT1 over P1. So, V1 equals M na 0.287 kilojoule over kilogram mass Kelvin times R natin na 1.2 kilogram mass times T1 natin na 337 Kelvin over P1 na 151.988 kPa. So, yung kPa natin is equal sa kilonewton per square meter. So, V1 equals sa 0.764 cubic meter. So, V1, yung V1 natin is equals din siya sa V5. So, for the V2 naman, V2 we have formula na RK equals V1 over V2. So, derive lang natin yung formula na RK over V1. If RK equals V1 over V2, derive lang natin yan. So, V2 equals sa V1 over RK. So, yung V2 natin is equal siya sa 0. So, yung V2 natin is equal siya sa V1 na 0.764 cubic meter over RK natin na 18. So, V2 natin we have 0.042 cubic meter. So, yung V2 rin natin is equal siya sa ating V3. For the T2 naman, T2 at 122 S equals C. So, yung formula natin dito is T1 over T2 over V1 raised to 1 minus V2 raised to 1 minus K. So, yung V1 natin over V2, alam naman natin na RK yan. So, T2 natin is equal siya sa T1 over RK raised to 1 minus K. T2. So, T2 natin is equal siya sa 337 Kelvin over RK na 18 raised to 1 minus K na 1.31. So, yung T2 natin is 825.590 Kelvin. So, for the P2 naman, P2 122 at P2 122 S equals C. So, P1 B1 raised to K over P2 V2 raised to K. So, we have P2 equals P1 over RK raised to K. P2 equals P1 na 151.988 kPa times RK na 18 raised to 1.31. So, yung P2 natin, we have P2 is 6702.183 kPa. For the T3 naman, T3 equals to RP equals T3 over T2. So, meron tayong T2. So, kukunin natin yung ating RP. So, RP equals to T3 over T2 equals P3 over P2. So, ginamit dito is P3 over P2. So, RP equals to 7713 kPa over P2 natin na 6707.183 kPa. So, yung RP natin is 1.51. So, RP equals to so, yung T3 natin is equal siya sa RP times T2. So, T3 equals 1.51 times T2 natin na 825.590 Kelvin. So, yung T3 natin dito equals to 950.254 Kelvin. So, V3 equals to V3 223 V equals C. So, sabi ko nga kanina yung V2 natin is equal siya sa V3. Ito yun. So, for the P4 naman, so, P4 is equals to PA. P4 is equals sa P3. So, we have P3 na 7713 kPa. So, yung P4 natin is equal siya sa 7713 kPa din. So, for the T4 naman is we have RC equals T4 over T3. Derive natin yung formula na to. So, magiging siyang T4 times RC times T3. So, T4 equals sa RC natin na so, yung RC natin is equal sa 1.9 times T3 natin na 950.254 Kelvin. So, yung T4 natin is equal sa 1805.483 Kelvin. So, for the V5 naman, V5 is equals sa V1. So yung V5 natin is 0.764 cubic meter. Ito siya, yung V1 natin. So for the P5 naman, P5 at P5, 4 to 5, S equals C. So we have formula P4B4 raised to K over P5B5 raised to K. So P5 is equals to P4 times V4 over V5 raised to K. So substitute tayo, equals P4 natin is 7713 kPa times V4 na 0.746 cubic meter over V5 natin na 0.764 cubic meter times raised to K na 1.31. So yung P5 natin is equal siya sa 399.940 kPa. For the V4 naman, so we have V4 RC. So yung formula dito is yung RC equals V4 over V3. Derive lang natin yan. So yung magiging final formula natin is V4 equals to RC times V3. Substitute tayo. V4 equals RC na 1.9 times V3 na 0.042 cubic meter. So yung V4 natin is equal siya sa 0.0798 cubic meter. So for the T5 naman, 4 to 5 T5 4 to 5 S is constant. So formula natin is T4 over T5 equals V4 over V5 raised to 1 minus K. So derive natin to. So magiging siyang T5 equals to T4 over V4 over V5 raised to 1 minus K. Substitute lang natin ng mga values. So T4 natin we have 1805.483 Kelvin over V4 natin na 0.0798 cubic meter over V5 natin na 0.764 cubic meter raised to 1 minus K natin na 1.31. So yung T5 natin is we have 896.304 Kelvin. So for the E naman, E we have formula na W net over QA. So first, solve muna natin yung ating W net. So dito. So for W net naman, solve muna natin yung ating W net. W net is we have QA minus QR. So para ma-solve natin yung ating W net, kunin muna natin yung ating QA at yung QR. So QA equals to MCB times T3 minus T2 plus MCP times T4 minus T3. So QA natin is equals to MCB M natin na 1.2 kg mass times CV natin na 0.7186 kJ per kilogram mass Kelvin. M natin na yun 1.2 kg mass times T3 natin na 950.254 minus T2 natin na 825.549 plus MCP T4 minus T3. So M is 1.2 kg mass times CP natin na 1.0062 kJ over kilogram mass Kelvin times T4 na 1805.483 minus T3 na 950.254 Kelvin. So yung UA natin dito is 1140.138 kJ. So for the QR naman, QR equals to MCB T5 minus T1. So, M equals 1.2 kilogram mass times CB na 0.716 kilojoule over kilogram mass Kelvin times T5 na 890.304 minus T1 na 537 Kelvin. So, we have QR na 482.299 kilojoule. So, meron na tayong QA at meron na din tayong QR. Pwede na natin makuha yung ating W net. So, W net is equals to QA minus QR. QA natin is 1140.1338 kilojoule minus QR natin na 482.299 Kelvin. So, W net natin is we have 657.839 kilojoule. So, for the E naman, we have W net over QA. So, substitute lang tayo ng mga value. Meron na rin naman tayong W net at meron din tayong QA. So, E equals to W net na 657.839 kilojoule over QA na 1140.138 kilojoule. So, yung E natin is equals to 0.57698 or 57.698%. For the PM naman, so we have PM equals to W net over VD. So, W net natin is 657.839 kilojoule and VD natin is equals to V1 minus V2. So, V1 is 0.764 cubic meter minus V2 na 0.042 cubic meter squared. So, yung PM natin dito is 911.134 kPa.